What year was YouTube created?
2006.
No. No.
2005. No. Terrible. Fell at the second hurdle.
Still got Ben McOwen Wilson from YouTube on the line. We've got 4 minutes. We're going to have a go at this. Yes, it's time for our hugely popular quiz. Can you get to number 10? 10 questions loosely connect 10 candidate jobs. The more questions you get right, the better job you get. Take your place alongside our listeners and guests. If you make it all the way to number 10 and get that right, you'll cross the threshold to become our show's Prime Minister. So that's the rules, Ben. You know what to do, don't you?
I've been warned what to do.
Very good. Well, digital culture, media and sports seems the obvious cabinet job for you. So here we go. Let's do this. Let's play. Can you get to number 10? Here we go then, Ben. Question number 1. To become minister without portfolio, complete this well-known phrase, ignoring the elephant in the
room.
Is the correct answer. Question number 2 for digital culture, media and sport. In what year was YouTube created?
2006.
No. No.
2005. No. Terrible. Fell at the second hurdle.
Is this the sort of content which will do well online, do you think, Ben?
It would do brilliantly, Matt. The head of YouTube not knowing when YouTube you should upload this as a short.
Yeah,
I've only been there 11 and a half years. You wouldn't expect me to know that, would you?
Is this the sort of content I could make money from, do you think, Ben?
Matt, if you're ever short of a career, you can do that.
I will definitely have a go at that. Well, Ben, you did make it. You did make it into the cabinet. You're minister without portfolio. We'll get you a certificate to you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Really good to speak to you. There's some research from Yougov which suggests 1 in 8 adults have considered a career as an online content creator at one point or another. That might just be when you're sitting there, I could make an easier life, wouldn't it, mucking about on the internet? But how easy is it, really? Well, let's speak to Ben McOwen Wilson. He's the managing director of YouTube in the UK and Ireland and joins me now. Hi, Ben.
Hi there. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm very good. Explain when we talk about a content, what's the difference between it being a sort of professional content creator and just someone who uploads any old nonsense to the internet?
So I think for us, there are a couple of points at which it changes, and we've got plenty of people who've made their career uploading videos to YouTube. But for us, we invite you to join the YouTube partner program when you've reached a point that you've got like 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours of viewing of content that you've uploaded. And at that point, you're invited into our partner program, which means a few things. One, we'll review your channel to make sure that it would be suitable for running ads on. And if it is suitable for running ads on, we'll begin running and selling advertising on it and sending you the majority of the revenue that's made from that channel. So for a whole bunch of people, that's the first step they make on what might end up being, if they've got the talent for it and if they've got the determination to make a go of it, that might end up being the first step on their creative career.
And how much could I make if I got, like you said, 1,000 subscribers, start building a bit of a base? At what point do I start earning money? How much do you earn? How does it sort of go from, from there?
I mean, at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views every 12 months, I wouldn't be handing you notice in just yet, Matt. But look, I think it's all of this is about, and I guess the people who catch the headlines are always those who've got the tens of millions of subscribers and therefore the kind of millions of dollars of revenue, whether it's kind of in the UK and TDN, Tommy, and people who are definitely kind of superstar status with their audiences. But actually, for me, I'm enormously proud. In the UK, we've got 8.6 thousand people who've got more than 100,000 subscribers on their channel, and the number of people in the UK who are making 5 figures or more from their YouTube channel is up over 30% year over year. And obviously there's a huge range there between those who are very definitely actually many of them actually running not insignificant businesses on the back of their entrepreneurship, all the way down to people who are just taking those first steps, for whom they're just starting to get those checks flowing. But that revenue sharing model and the fact that we are totally transparent as to where's your viewership coming from, how is it being sold, how many people are watching it, where are they watching it, what are we selling it for, allows people to, if they've got that entrepreneurial spirit, to begin taking informed decisions about how and whether to build their business on YouTube.
And how much, because clearly with that huge numbers of people generating huge amounts of content, we at various points, I know a couple of months ago, the Times did a report, YouTube is profiting from conspiracy videos about Keir Starmer, COVID-19 vaccines, 5G and misogyny, people uploading this stuff, and then adverts from charities, banks, phone companies being run alongside them. Do you think YouTube are doing enough to make sure that people aren't making money from spreading misinformation?
I think I take it very seriously. There's obviously the upsides of an open platform, which you're talking about in terms of the range of creators and the range of content that gets out there, which is, if you like, far broader than it's ever been in history. And in the UK, that means people from all over the country. But there's a downside to openness, which means unchecked, people can upload anything they want. And for us, being an open platform has never meant that anything goes. And we've got clear policies, and in particular, you use some of the examples there around COVID misinformation. Yeah, I think most of the coverage, in particular in the Times, for us has come around actually taking stuff down that people would said, hold on, 5 months later, 4 months later, we feel that the science had moved on. But during the pandemic, I'm incredibly proud of the response that we did, working with the NHS to implement policies which removed content that was out of step with their guidance. And I think any open platform has to take their responsibilities with respect to information very, very, very seriously.
But do you think in a world where almost everything now is digital, does it make sense? Is it fair that if the Times or the Guardian or Channel 5 put a video online, they have to take responsibility for the content in it in a way that you as YouTube don't? Well,
they only have to take responsibility for it if they've commissioned that content, right? I think our position, there are already laws in place, and there's more coming this year that determine kind of what our responsibility is as a platform, as opposed to a broadcaster who are commissioning a piece of content. If Channel 5 get you to make a show, they tell you what to make, they tell you what elements they want in a particular episode. We don't have that relationship with our creators, but we are still responsible for ensuring that their content meets with our community guidelines, and that's exactly what we do. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but I've got two of our creators sat on the line with me.
Yes, no, exactly. I was literally about to bring them in. So let's speak to Colin. Colin Furze has got a channel of the same name. 11.9 million subscribers, Colin.
Yeah, it's good.
How have you done that?
I basically invent crazy things, design crazy things. I'm currently digging a tunnel which goes from my house to my shed, which has brought me a lot of those people. So I just try and do very strange things and put them out there on the internet. So
let's. What was the chicken and egg here, Colin? Was it you were doing strange things and then you thought I might film these, or you just need things to film?
Yeah, it was doing strange things. I was inventing things and creating stuff outside of work. I do it after work. I started making like fast mobility scooters and things like that. You put them online. I started to gather an audience, build the audience. Obviously, I got past 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch time, started to earn money from it. And obviously, then it starts to grow to a point where your day job potentially starts to get in the way. And then you can slowly sort of transform over. Now, I've been on the platform since 2006, so it's changed. It's changed quite a bit since then, but it's essentially the same thing. So you just grow your audience gently, really. Some people it'll happen quite fast. For me, it was quite slowly and quite gently, but then I've stood the test of time. So
is this now your job?
Oh yeah, I've not. I used to be a plumber. I've not done any plumbing since 2011.
And are you just produce? I have seen. Do you know what? I've seen your stuff, I think, but other people reposting it on TikTok and things like that. But that must be really annoying for you.
It is annoying. This is what happens. People do rip stuff off and take stuff off. Not everybody has got such a good content ID system as YouTube, so you kind of have to manually go around checking it yourselves. Things are gradually getting better in that sense, but it's kind of good and bad. It depends if they credit you, it can actually work in your benefit sometimes. Because
then people might go and find your other stuff somewhere else. So, mate, exactly. the digging of the tunnel and the thing is really good, I have to say. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah. My wife wouldn't even allow me to start doing that. Let's bring in Catherine just finally. Catherine is 23. Has got a channel called Yorkshire's Hidden History. It's got just over 5,000 subscribers. But, you know, with a bit of help from Colin, you might be able to get that up, Catherine.
Yeah, not quite as many.
How did you get into this, and how much time do you have to sort of commit to it?
So I started it when I was at uni, and it was just something to do in my spare time because I realised that there wasn't really anyone else doing Yorkshire history. And for a few years, it was just something I did as a hobby. But then last year, I decided that I wanted to pursue being a historian. And through the platform which I slowly developed on YouTube, I was able to use it as a launching pad, really, for my other history stuff. And to answer your question, because I'm doing so many different types of things, I'm currently working on a video at the same time as I'm writing a speech. I've got my finger in so many different pies, so to speak. So
Yeah.
I spend a lot of my time on it.
That's good. Well, best of luck with it all. Best of luck, and we'll get you back when you've got 11 million subscribers as well. Really good to speak to you. That was we heard from Catherine Wah and Colin Thursday. We've still got Ben McOwen Wilson from YouTube on the line. We've got 4 minutes. We'll have a go at this.